Hello everybody and welcome back. We have done some work. We were able to finish our sheep farm, at least the white section. We have 7 stories for the sheep. It kind of looks like a sheep apartments. The design, I really do like this design though. I like the contrast of the dark oak along with the quartz, and then throwing in the glazed white terracotta for the white section that produces the white wool. So just kind of went with a theme, put in white stained glass. If I do more sections, I'm not sure if I'll continue the white stained glass or if I'm going to switch that out per section as well. We'll see. But I haven't decided if I need to do more or not. So this module here holds 28 sheep. So I have 28 white sheep in there, all getting sheared whenever they eat their grass. And so far, in the time it took for me to build this farm, I was able to produce over a shulker worth of white wool. So that's pretty decent in my opinion. No AFK sessions at the moment to produce anything, but with that running, hopefully it starts filling up pretty well as we move on to the next section of the ship that needs to be done. And that is going to be right up here. We're going to start working on the section to go from the main deck, which should be about this level, to the I don't know what it's called without looking it up. I might have to do that later. The upper deck back here. We're going to try and get that all started. I have no idea how far we're going to get, simply because I may have to go grinding for a whole bunch of materials, but I don't want to wait anymore. I definitely don't want to wait anymore. It's time to continue building and see what we can do next. So we've got our warped stems here. This should get us going to build the section going up the side here, just to wall it in, and then I think that's probably going to start here, and the stairs might start right here. If I measured all of this correctly, that will work out, and I'll be able to do just straight stairs up. I'm not going to do the steeper slope or more gradual. The nicer looking stairs that I did there with the slabs, I'm not going to do that here. I need this to go up pretty quick. Otherwise, I'm going to be like way over there on my steps, and I don't think that's going to look right. I'm hoping that this looks right here and doesn't eat into too much of the ship, but we'll see. So that was right there. So that's like half the ship. But if we build more out on the front side when we get over there, that might even it out a little bit. But we definitely need to get up to this section so that we can start closing in the lower part of the ship and focus more on getting the exterior completely done, which is where we're going to need a lot of that wool and probably many more resources that I'm going to have to do some grinding to get. So with that being said, I'm going to clean out my inventory. It's a little bit of a mess here after putting together that sheep farm. And once I'm all organized and ready to go, we'll be back and we will start building. So I will catch you in just a moment. Alrighty, we got our inventory cleaned up, made a few stairs, got some blocks ready to go, and we're just going to be ready to start placing. So I'm hoping I got this measured right. I think I did, but we'll kind of have to find out as we go. Now, I think what I'm going to do is just try and fill this in as I go. That way I don't have to come back to it and try and fill it in later. Plus, it'll give me a good idea of what it looks like prior to being fully committed to the end result. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get a few of these layers in, and then we'll do a flyby and see what it looks like before we add on the next section. So yeah, let's get building. Alrighty, well there's the first little section here. So let's go ahead and go take a look. I have not looked at it yet myself, so let's just fly out and see whether it looks good, bad. It looks very straight, so currently kind of boring, but the question is, can I work with it? So as I move it up, you know, I could probably cut out some decorative part in here at some point. So I think I might just work with this and see what I can make it look like. So the next step is to grab the next set of blocks, which in this case, we'll go ahead and put these away. And we should be working with birch. So for this one, I think all we need is stairs. So if we'll just grab 2 full stacks here and a half. Oh, or never mind. We'll grab 3 full stacks. We'll make that many stairs. And actually, that's not the block that should be next. The block that should be next is not birch, it is dark oak. So we have a few stairs already. We'll go ahead and grab, no, just 1.5 stacks there so that we can make some more stairs. And there we go. So for this one, and I think I want at least a few just blocks. I'm not going to fill it in completely, but I'm also not going to put anything beneath the stairs until probably they're, what, 3 high, so that should, yeah, right there. So basically I'm going to bring it in by 1, and this should allow me to have some semblance of a railing. It's not going to, you know, obviously if you're walking along the edge of it, you're going to be able to fall off if you're not paying attention, but that should be okay. This one's going to take me a little bit longer to do simply because I'm going to be going back and forth, more like this. Although because I'm not filling in everything, it might go a little bit faster. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this in place, and I think I might do this too wide before I get to the birch. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this one in and the next line and get going on the birch, and we'll see if that starts looking right or if I'm just making a huge old mess of my base. So yeah, let's keep going. Alrighty, and now to start adding in the birch. It's not normally a color that I choose, but in this particular case, I think it might work well. So I'm thinking for 5? 5 might work. We want these stairs to be a little bit wider, simply because, I mean, this boat is absolutely huge, so having really thin staircases I didn't think was going to work well. I could be wrong, but we're gonna go with it and see what turns out. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit more grindy here. So I'll keep going, and once again, when I get to the next section, I will I guess start taking a look. I can step back maybe, take a look at it and see if I like where it's going. The general idea is going to be to have this birch staircase, and on each side of it we're going to have the dark oak. So it's going to make the birch stand out a lot, without being too overpowered. And I also am trying to bring in some lighter colors because I've got what's been a lot of dark colors in for the exterior of the boat. So I definitely want to get something a little bit brighter showing up. So yeah, onward. Alrighty, let's take a quick look at this, although I already suspect I'm not gonna like it. It's not the right design for the ship. So I think what I'm going to do is try something slightly different on the opposite side. And what I'll do is probably build across at least something temporary. And I'll start from the top. No, I can't really start from the top very well, can I? Yeah, I don't think the colors are terrible. I'm not feeling it. It's too much in one direction. And this ship has mostly been about not being too terribly straight lines. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is build part of it going up at this angle, put a platform, and maybe go at a different angle up towards the middle, unless I want it to come down the sides. Let's see, I could have it come down the sides, come in a little bit, go down more, then maybe down, maybe zigzag the stairs up a little bit more. That could work. I just have to think about how many zigs and zags that's going to be, and that's going to be really, really hard to do just building. So I'm going to need some scaffolding. I think that's what I'm going to need. So if I want to do this on the opposite side, I'm going to need some temporary blocks. And I'm going to have to build out over top of the sheep farm and just see what I can come up with. So yeah, I think I don't really want to use these blocks up because that's my color palette. Let me see what I've got down below. Let me put these blocks away. And let's see what I've got a lot of. It's probably going to be stone or something, because, you know, I've been using all the wood and all the expensive blocks, so I've got to have something cheaper. That's definitely not. No. I have a lot of deep slate. This is all deep slate. But if I use that, then I'm going to have to mine it back out, which deep slate does not pop very fast, so that's probably not a good choice. I could do tough. Tough's not too bad. I mean, yeah, I've got some tough there, and then I saw some more there. And I might have, I mean, I got 2 pieces in there. I suppose I can pull those out. And then I think I've got tough right there. So let's take what I've got and consolidate it all. Let's see. And tough. Perfect. We've got a block that we can work with to just put down some scaffolding or platform to build on top of. So let's go ahead and smack into a wall. All right, up here, what we can do, and this will probably help me line it up better because my math is not very good all the time. Mostly because I spend way too much time thinking about stuff already, and so I just don't want to think too much when I get to the weekends. So I kind of want this to be like the ending location. So let's just go ahead and build out and over. And then if I think about this a little bit, I should only have to go up. I mean, we can start here, although I need to be worried a little bit. Exactly, light level. And that'll probably get worse as I continue building outward. So, yeah, let me get a platform and start putting together what I think it's going to be. Maybe I can do a little bit of math and come up with something that's going to work as far as keeping like maybe consistency on maybe I honestly don't know what I'm going to do here. Really don't. So let me play with it, and I'll be back when I got a better idea. Alrighty. So far I've determined I don't like where I place this, but I think generally speaking the idea might work out. So it's going to come out a little bit farther than where I've set it up so far, but it's not going to be a straight line. It's going to be a few triangles, I guess, stacked on top of each other, little platforms in between. So we can kind of see the shape here of what it's going to do. So we're going to aim at stopping it right here at the edge where that current wall is. I looked at nesting it in there, and then I determined I really don't like it because it's going to cut into my circle or my rounded corner squares. So I don't want to do that because I feel like that's just not going to look good, and it's not going to work out for me. But I think this idea of it going up and back and up, I think that's going to look significantly better than just this right here. It's just that one single straight slope is just not going to cut it for me with everything else that I've done in here. And what this will also do is give me opportunities to establish kind of like interior floors for the beginning section of this area behind the windows. So I can have a floor here, a floor here. Yeah, so ground floor here in this section, and then a floor above it and a floor above that. That'll make it so that I can put a lot of different things in there. I have no idea what I'm going to put in there because I'm probably just going to build my room straight behind those windows there, and it's going to take up the whole section, and possibly put my storage back there in that area as well. So for that, I'm probably just going to have an opening right in the middle, just walk straight in, and there you are heading towards my main area where I think I'm going to put everything that I want. And then this is really just going to be to box that in, getting up to the point where I can build the roof above it and close it off, because it would be nice to not be attacked by phantoms while I'm trying to work on anything else that's coming up. And apparently it's not quite night enough. I have a feeling I'm going to get phantom soon if I'm not able to sleep. So I'm going to try and sleep, and then I'm going to continue building and see where I get, but at least I can now do it in sections, moving my way down, I think, as opposed to where I was before, where I was trying to build up and not really getting things lined up the way that I wanted them to. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do that and see how things look when I get there. Alrighty, I have some more thoughts that I'm going to work with on this, but for the most part, I think this might look significantly better. So we're going to have our main deck probably about this level here, and then we'll have some stairs going up. Three different little flights of stairs. And that just adds a little bit more character to it, I think, and doesn't it still uses up quite a bit of space, but not in straight lines, or not in just a single slope. So if we take a look at it, let's see what it looks like from the side. Yeah, I think I can do some work with this, maybe add some decoration and make it a little prettier. Right now it's a little boxy over there, but I can work with that a lot better than I can work with that. Just that 45-degree angle, just I don't like it. Boring. Whereas over here, at least I have 3 different levels, or 2, well, yeah, I've got essentially 3 different levels here. So I can do something hopefully here, something there to try and tie it in towards the bottom. But I have some stairs that I'm going to have to replicate on the other side. And we maintained our interior section here, so we don't start overlapping this shape here until we get to the 3rd tier. But that won't interfere at all with anything that we do here, so that should work pretty well. Oh, I still have some scaffolding. So yeah, I'm gonna probably just leave this temporary floor here, the tough, just because it's not interfering with anything. And then, yeah, just cover that. Okay, cool. So that should give us an idea of what we're doing as far as stairs going up to the top. Now I just need to put the same over there and figure out what material I want to use for the deck proper, because before I do that side, I can actually try and lay it out going across, and that'll tell me what I'm going to be putting across this whole section in here. So I don't know yet. I haven't thought through what the main deck's going to be composed of. I'm not sure if I'll stick with the birch or weave in some other colors. I don't know. There's a lot of possibility, and this is probably the section that I want to have the prettiest floor, simply because this is supposed to be the main deck. This is what you're supposed to see the most of, whereas everything else that I've built is supposed to be interior and not necessarily as pretty. I mean, that was a lot different and kind of cool to do, but I'm not going to call that pretty. I'm just going to call that more functional. So this is definitely where I'm going to have to play around a little bit and see what I can do. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for today. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and hope to catch you again for the next one. Bye.